Hi everybody, it's Firestorm here, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, the final film in the new trilogy. Now, I've just got this one thing to say to all the haters out there on YouTube, all the people who are going to spend the next week probably shitting all over Star Wars, all over Rise of Skywalker. You feel free to do that. If you know that's the only way you're going to get your 50,000 plus views, you do that, people, because that's your decision. But anyway, Rise of Skywalker. What makes it so good? What makes it the best of the new trilogy? Well, here's the thing. You all need to go and see it. Go and see Rise of Skywalker. It is brilliant. It is quite possibly the best of the new trilogy. It's 3 hours long, but it is worth it. For all those who want answers about Rey, you get all the answers. For all those who want answers about Snoke, you get the answers. This film ties up everything, and it does it perfectly. It's got the right amount of stuff. It's got your lightsaber battles, your space battles, your planet exploring, you know, your characters, and what they did for Carrie Fisher, what they did for her, just a memorial for her within the film, was so beautifully done. It was very short, very simple, but it worked. So, I don't really want to discuss the plot. You know what, sorry, I'm going to discuss the plot. Do not watch this video any further if you haven't seen the film, okay? Spoilers for the film coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If you're still watching this, I am assuming you've seen the film. If you haven't seen the film, stop watching, go and watch the film, come back. Right, let's just basically sum the plot up. Okay, so the plot is simply this. So Kylo Ren is on a mass hunt using the First Order's resources to basically find a Sith holocron. They don't call it a holocron in the film, but it's obviously a holocron. He basically finds it, there's coordinates on it, he follows the coordinates, and he ends up into goes to some really weird, spooky planet where, surprise, surprise, Palpatine's on the planet, along with a massive, massive fleet of Star Destroyers. And guess what, people? It turns out that Snoke was basically an artificial clone being grown in a tank. It was all part of Palpatine's plan. And just the way in this film that they link everything back to the original trilogy with Palpatine, and Palpatine being a mastermind of everything, is utterly brilliant. And in a lot of ways, this film is redemption. It's Kylo Ren's redemption. And to a certain extent, you could almost say it's Rey's redemption. Okay, so Rey. Huge spoilers. Obviously, if you're still watching, I'm going to assume you've seen the film. But I was giving you a spoiler. Here's a big spoiler about Rey, everybody. Now, quite a few people guessed this. So spot on to the fans out there who guessed this years ago, just after Force Awakens. Rey is a Palpatine. Rey is basically the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine, of Darth Sidious himself, which explains her strong connection in the Force. And everything is basically based on the concept of Palpatine wanting to bring Rey to him, so Rey will kill him, so his spirit will go into her, so the Sith will continue. And it's dark. There's a lot of darkness in this film, and everything about it, I think, was just right. There was a lot of darkness. There was just the right amount of humour, and the characters, you really got to see them grow in the film. And as I say, Carrie Fisher's little memoriam, that was beautifully done. I mean, Princess Leia obviously does die in the film, but it's nothing like huge. She doesn't die in a fight or a battle or anything like that. She gives her life up to basically sort of try and bring Kylo Ren, aka Ben Solo, back to the light side. And upon doing that, you know, she dies. And the later scene is really quite beautiful, because you've got basically Leia, you've obviously got Princess Leia, or General Leia if you will, laid out on sort of like a bed with a blanket over her. And then you've got loads of characters, loads of extras, just loads and loads of people, all, you know, obviously all the resistance people and all that, just loads of characters surrounding it. And then one person simply says, "Farewell, Princess." That was beautifully done. That, in a lot of ways, was a memorial to Carrie Fisher in the Star Wars film, and it was beautifully done. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a cat and mouse film, because basically on one side you've got Rey, Poe, and Finn looking for this map to the planet where Palpatine's on, and then you've got Kylo Ren chasing them, and then the Knights of Ren chasing them. Now, it was great to see the Knights of Ren. If I only have one small niggle with this film, one tiny niggle, it's that the Knights of Ren didn't really do a lot until near the end of the film. You finally got them to see them fight, and that was great. Basically, Kylo fights them, and it's a good fight. I've got to admit, the lightsaber battles in this film are very organic. They come across as being very, very organic, in a sense they're not all flippy, flippy, jumpy, jumpy, flashy, flashy, showy, showy. They're very organic. You can really see how it feels like this is two people really going at it. And they put emotions into these fights, so you can see how the emotions are affecting the fights. As I say, everything links in. I mean, you have the Death Star 2 from Endor show up. Again, they link that in perfectly. Like, everything in the original trilogy links into the new trilogy in this final film. And I'm going to do a shout out to J.J. Abrams. Mr. Abrams, top job, my man, on Rise of Skywalker. Thumbs up. It was awesome. I want you to ignore all the haters on Facebook, ignore all the haters on YouTube, ignore all the haters on Twitter, ignore any hate mail you get. You, sir, did an amazing job on Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, and you should be proud of it. Thumbs up again, my man. Thumbs up to a great film. So anyway, I think through and through, just some of the stuff that they did. I mean, interestingly, I feel like I want more. I want to know more about Palpatine, on the grounds of what exactly was going on altogether, because not everything's answered. I mean, you know that Snoke was basically grown in a vat, effectively. He wasn't, he was created by Palpatine to create the First Order, which was all part of Palpatine's plan. And then, Palpatine sort of hooked up to this weird sort of almost like life support machine. There's loads of other like people there and stuff. It's very Sithy. It has a very Sithy feel to it. So it's kind of obvious that Palpatine's been planning everything that's going on for a while. The overall ending of the film, this big battle at the end with everyone coming together to fight, Rey and Kylo redeeming and fighting Palpatine, it was really enjoyable. How you make Kylo and Rey, or Ben and Rey if you will, almost two sides of the coin is very clever, because again it all falls back to the Skywalker line. I mean, if you really look at it, I mean, because obviously Ben Solo Kylo Ren is the son of obviously Leia Skywalker, and the thing is, even though you find out that obviously Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, so that would make that would basically make Rey's parents, one of Rey's parents would be Palpatine's son or daughter. The interesting thing is, there's not really that much in the way of about Rey's parents. You don't learn a lot about them in the film. You sort of do learn that they are killed, and you learn why and all that type of stuff. To be blunt, I don't think that really matters. Like I said, I don't think her parents were ever really that important. She was important. Her parents weren't. That's sort of the whole concept of it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It was packed, by the way, I just want to point it out. Last night, there was like 5 showings of it at midnight, so basically the 5 screens showing it, and all of them were fully booked out, fully packed. Didn't hear a single complaint from anybody. I think everybody that saw it last night loved it. I think they've outdone themselves. I think Disney, J.J. Abrams, you've outdone yourselves on Rise of Skywalker. It is brilliant. And like I just said, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I don't really want to talk any more about it. Just want to say it's really great. I enjoyed it. Go and see it, people. Go and see it. Don't listen to the haters on YouTube. Ignore them. They probably love it. They probably just love it, but they don't want to admit it. They're just going to say it was terrible so they get views. But go and see Rise of Skywalker. It's awesome. Thanks for listening, people. Peace out.